I'm here to talk you through smarter manufacturing and supply chain from DXC and Microsoft. To do that, our agenda is fairly simple. Three real key points. I'm going to introduce you to DXC ourselves. We're then going to take you on and give you a brief introduction to the Microsoft Dynamics 365 suite of applications. Then we're going to have a look at the Microsoft Business Cloud and how we can bring that together with Dynamics 365 to provide our smarter manufacturing and supply chain solutions. The first slide here just talks a little bit, and we're trying to put on one slide here about our DXC Microsoft delivery practice, which I'm part of. Basically, our solutions that we deliver are primarily built around the Microsoft Dynamics 365 applications, which we can see just over here within the graphic on there as well. Historically, those applications were delivered in separate ERP or enterprise resource planning solutions and CRM or customer relationship management solutions. With Dynamics 365, we have those solutions integrated into a single platform. And also, in addition on that platform, we have other capabilities, such as our business analytics, the Internet of Things, and the Microsoft Business Cloud that we use to leverage that as well. We are going to cover those in a little bit more detail as we go through our session this afternoon. eBECS at a glance on a slide here. We have a single team, which is the largest independent Dynamics 365 system integrator. Over 2,000 staff work for us as well, giving us 4,000 plus active Dynamics clients. One of the nice figures I always like on this slide is our 98% customer retention rate. So I always like to just highlight that to people, which I think is quite a nice figure that we see there and get comments on quite often as well. We do have a global team, and so we are capable of delivering global implementations across the world. You can see there the kind of split as to where those organizations are located throughout the Americas, Europe and the Middle East, Asia and Australia as well. Okay. And lastly, as way of an introduction, just a quick slide here just to show you some of our customers. Some of the ones that may interest you this afternoon can be seen in that kind of third one down, which are our transport and logistics customers, but also importantly our manufacturing customers that we see down there as well. You can see that we have quite a range, and this is only a small subset of obviously those 4,000 accounts that we have on there as well. But even in terms of manufacturing, we have a range of customers that provide discrete manufacturing through to project-based manufacturing, through to process, and also lean manufacturing capabilities. A couple of ones just to highlight there are perhaps the Games Workshop, who are interested in a retail organization who sell but also design and manufacture their own figures for role-playing games. One just to highlight is Williams, Formula One over here. For some reason, whenever we mention that, people want to go along and visit their site, so it's quite popular in terms of the reference sites that we might have and want to take prospective customers too. Next, what I wanted to do was take you through Dynamics 365. And Dynamics 365 in the first instance is a set of applications that I've already mentioned provided by Microsoft. Importantly for our applications, we don't reinvent the wheel. We don't use other bespoke, if you like, applications to deliver particular capabilities. So we reuse parts of the Microsoft stack that already exist, perhaps you as customers or prospective customers already own and use, and we leverage that capability. So for example, we don't have our own email solution, we use Outlook Exchange. We don't have our own Office suite, we use Excel, Word, Outlook. We don't have our own reporting tools or databases, we use Power BI and SQL. We even integrate with things such as this little icon down here. Anybody recognize this as an Xbox icon? And we even integrate with the Xbox. And I don't know if any of you are aware of the Kinect sensor that was available on the Xbox, which allowed you to play computer games just by moving your body around. And we've actually seen that integrated in with Dynamics, where it monitors an inventory location visually. And as that inventory location reduces and falls below a certain limit, it automatically places a replenishment order within the Dynamics 365 application itself. And so we can leverage that entire Microsoft stack of applications to supplement some of the business processes and some of the operational benefits we might gain from Dynamics 365. The Dynamics 365 platform itself comprises of a series of apps. These apps are, if you like, modeled this way from a license point of view. So you don't have to buy all of the capability, you can just buy part of that capability and extend as you want. But all of those functions and all of those operations that we see in there enable us out the box to have connected business processes and connected data available within our organizations. You'll see over there that we span from things like talent, which is our human resource application, through to retail and sales and marketing, field service, and also project service automation. And lastly, one little box which is up there, which is finance and operations, covers in essence our entire ERP solution, so finance, accounting, manufacturing, supply chain, and all of those other, if you like, back office functions that go with that particular application. Importantly, we supplement this detail with other areas, so we can leverage the IoT. More on that in a little while when we get to some of our options. We can leverage Power BI for reporting and data analytics. We can look at the Cortana Intelligence Suite to supplement maybe Power BI and also the information we get from the IoT and from our other operational sources. We can also, as I mentioned, utilize Office 365 for maybe our unstructured data that we might want to record and surface. We can also use Power Apps for mobility, so we can get very quick, low or no code mobile applications that actually interface natively with all of these other functions that we're showing on the screen here as well. And we can also automate those processes via something called Microsoft Flow. This is all connected together by something called the Common Data Service. A little bit more on that later on as well, but this allows me to have seamless integration, not only the data between all of these applications, but importantly the processes that we have that span these different apps that form the part of Microsoft Dynamics 365. I'm not going to dwell too long on this slide. This is just to give you a quick idea of some of the capability that we have there. It stretches right through from sales and marketing and customer service, so our customer-facing kind of activities that we might want to push out there as well. If we take the example perhaps of customer service, that might actually result in a field service or a maintenance task. It might also result in a new sale or a new product return being created in the operations, and obviously the finance transactions that go along to supplement those as well. So we have a broad set of capabilities available for you, and to pick and choose which ones of those capabilities you want to implement. The next point that I wanted to talk through is the Microsoft Business Cloud. There was a few presentations that have been shown earlier on that kind of allude to this, and what I wanted to do was just drill down a little bit more detail about how we can utilize the Business Cloud and also Microsoft Dynamics 365 to help you realize some of the advantages and return on investments that you can perhaps make in there as well. We understand that this thing in the middle over here called digital transformation perhaps is underpinned by 4 different pillars. One is about engaging your customers in the process. The other one is about optimizing those operations, your operations that you perform, also transforming your products and empowering your employees. And we do this by, in the first instance, connecting those pillars together via digital transformation. The next question that I always get asked about this is, well, how exactly do we make that work? And how do we potentially reinvest or invest in our infrastructure and our capabilities to connect those applications together? So first of all, let's just take a step back and have a look what we see in many organizations. What we see is that the landscape in many organizations consists of many, many different apps or applications. This is just an example of some of those apps. And in more organizations than not, those applications are disparate and they're not connected together in any logical or uniform way. it provides, because there are so many different apps on so many different technologies as well, it provides challenges in actually connecting those together to get some useful information, some useful data and some useful insights out of those. Now, some customers are already part way down this journey of digital transformation by connecting already some of those individual apps together. And so as an example over there up in the top left, we can see something like a legacy ERP solution that brings together some of those apps such as my production, my finance capabilities, my sales and marketing into one single connected solution. And so we're already part way there, but we have lots of outliers. So for example, the marketing solution might be separate on a separate platform without an interface or with a different interface to how we maybe connect through our field service or our inventory and warehouse management solutions. All of those provide very, very different and sometimes difficult challenges in connecting them together to enable us to deliver that business value. So one of the things that the Microsoft Business Cloud offers us is all of those apps connected together on a single data platform that allows us that shared identity for seamless integration and interoperability between our data and our business processes. The tool set is there to provide us with that capability. And over here we can see some of those kind of core concepts. We have Dynamics 365, which brings together, if you like, our historical business process applications fulfilling our customers' requirements. We also see that we've got Office 365 over here, so we can start to bring in and associate some of the unstructured data that we might have or we might store within our organization. Importantly as well, we use Azure to leverage some of this, and again we'll talk about the IoT in a minute and how we can actually utilize some of those machine learning and artificial intelligence capabilities on there. Lastly, we have what Microsoft classes a Power Platform. This allows me, as I mentioned earlier on, to gain my business analytics and also my mobile applications and also automate those business processes between the applications we have. Finally, this isn't just a Microsoft Business Cloud as well. You'll notice down the bottom over here that we also provide standard connectors and gateways which allow you very simply with no or little code to connect together some 300 plus other third-party applications out the box. And so we're able to connect directly with such things as Salesforce, such things as SAP, such things as Outlook or Word or Excel, directly out of the box with no code required to perform that integration and to automate those business processes through there as well. The next point that I just wanted to cover was a little bit about our digital feedback loop. And this is a phrase, if you like, coined really to discuss the digital transformation process in a little bit more detail. And we all understand perhaps that bringing together those four pillars that I mentioned earlier on about engaging your customers, optimizing your operations, empowering your employees and transforming products, bringing those closer together is perhaps nothing new. It's not a new concept. We can grasp quite easily that if we can bring those things together, then we actually start to realize some good benefits. And this is fundamental to the Microsoft strategy going forward. In fact, it's core to their belief in that this is what must happen to enable us to digitally transform those businesses. And the way this works in the first instance is to start to connect those things together. So it would enable us, for example, if I'm working over here and engaging with my customer, I want to have the right conversation with that customer. I want to be able to provide the right data to that customer. That might mean that I need to get some data from operations, such as when we're able to deliver something. What is the delivery date for that product? What is the lead time for that product? What is the inventory level for that product? Now, if I can surface that data immediately to my customers, then it is very, very valuable to me in that relationship with that customer. I might want to empower my employees to provide more information, more feedback. I might also want to provide information such as my employee skill sets into operations to allow me to get a more detailed or refined plan, i.e. what resources do I have and what skills do they have available. I might also want to provide other information. So again, for my operations, I could provide more detail to my customer-facing team, not just what are my inventory levels, but what's available to promise, what's capable to promise if we don't have it in inventory, and provide them with that immediate answer. And so the first point is to bring those processes together. We do that by connecting those, and that produces data. And so the next step in our journey is to make sure that we collect that data, we store that data in a single common platform. We only have one single common record for our customers or our products. We don't have multiple disparate records throughout the solution to provide that. Once we have that data, we need to then synthesize that into actionable insights. We need to be able to do something with that data to be able to provide maybe track an anomaly or to predict an event which is going to happen in the future. That will lead us to actions which can then improve our business. And this may be something as simple as putting a project back on track. It may be something as simple as dealing with that customer more efficiently, or it may be something a bit longer term than that, such as implementing a new revenue stream or a new project within there. All of this digital feedback loop is about enabling me to have that 360 view of data, information and processes, and improving our ROI, productivity and decision making on there. The Microsoft Cloud is on its way to achieving this, and in the first instance, what we see is connected together the Microsoft Office suite, the Dynamics suite, and Microsoft Azure, along with that common platform for data and intelligence. This is further supplemented by the current roadmap and the current announcements from Microsoft about the common data platform. This will bring together an initiative from Microsoft and link together across that common data platform other applications such as Dynamics 365, SAP, and Adobe Marketing Suite, so as we have one single source of information. Very quickly, just to look through this is a quick example we might have here. Dynamics 365 will start to provide some information and some processes. So for example, my current forecast, which will produce orders, or also my shipments that are on there as well, and how we can perhaps maintain our plant and operations within there. We can supplement that with unstructured data from Office 365. So we might have a drawing or a safety data sheet or a certificate of conformance that we might want to push out not only to our customer-facing people, but our production people and also our engineering staff as well. And just to throw something in completely different as well, we might also want to link in some social media. And so we can do that again out of the box. And so we can start to add in a new network, new information which is available about who might know within the outside world as well via LinkedIn. And of course, this might also be useful for me in resourcing and getting staff for my production plant with the relevant skill sets as well. This is an open and extensible solution as well, and so there are some 16,000 Microsoft partners out there who can deliver additional capabilities. DXC is one of those partners as well, but deliver additional capabilities into this. One of those important ones that we see there is data from different devices as well, and so we can attract data into this relationship and into this common data model with our processes and start to action that. And so lastly, how does that look in terms of a very simple process we might want to run? This is looking at a shop floor service data network, if you like. We're looking at sensors over here, and those sensors will deliver information to us via the Azure IoT suite. We can take that data and we can analyze that data using stream analytics. That might provide us with hot data, okay, and actionable insights directly. So where we spot an anomaly or our machine is broken down and needs an immediate service. And so we can directly action that. We might have other cold data that we store, which we can then use to start to predict events. So rather than it just tell me when a machine has failed and I need to practice action that, wouldn't it be better if it could tell me when a machine is about to fail? Okay, so as we can take action before that event happens as well. And so we can deliver that connected capability using the IoT suite. One of our other applications that we looked at earlier on is our Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Service Suite as well. Passing directly into that, we can produce a works order to go out to maintain that failed capability. We can account for any of the financial transactions that happen along that, so we can track time, cost, and also any procurement for spare materials we might have. Our unstructured data, such as drawings or manuals that we might need to surface out to our maintenance engineer, we can provide via Office 365. And of course, down at the bottom here, you'll see this is all connected together via our common data service. We can analyze that using Power BI. We can provide mobility using Power Apps. And also, we can link this in, as I said, to perhaps other services that are provided by third parties to supplement that data. So what was the weather like when my machine failed? Is there a correlation between that data that we've collected, and we can see that this type of machine always fails when it's cold, like it seems to be today outside. And so, last slide is just a little bit about some of the capability that we have available. This is just showing you a connected product set along with those broad-based capabilities that are available on that common data platform, along with our common artificial intelligence capability to link those things together. Should you want to see any more details, please come and visit us at Stand M16. We are running a series of events throughout the year. The next two are just shown up there as well. They can get further information from ebecs.com/events. We also have our two main contacts, Mike and James, who are available on the stand this afternoon should you have any more questions or require any more information. Thank you for listening.